Heidi and Colette. Now that my microphone's working, I'm going to say it one more time just for accuracy. Welcome to First Local in the Afternoon with Heidi and Colette.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
We have the Minister, we are here at 12:30 today. First of all, as the Minister of Education speaking at 1 o'clock, we can guess as to what that's going to be about. But Heidi and I both feel that if they're extending the virtual home schooling, that we might not make it till June.
Well, I think that at some point they need to provide an option,
to tap out
for parents to withdraw. Having said that, I don't mean that kids should not still be engaged in learning, but perhaps learning at their own pace instead of, attending to a schedule that attaches them to online. I personally feel that it's been a stretch for my kids, and they've been absolutely phenomenal in maintaining their presence and in staying engaged and doing the things that they need to do every day. So I'm proud of my children, but I do think that the time is coming when we have to kind of consider when is enough.
Pull the cord. Every morning when we get out of the show, it's like steady. I've got a FaceTime going to my little Dante, and he's either crying that he doesn't want to be participating, hating what he's participating in, or having a good day. You never know what you're going to get. It's a bag of tricks. Also, tomorrow is Red Dress Away, and that is in honor of the MMIWG2, which is Missing and Murdered Indigenous Girls and Women to Spirit. We will be wearing red in honor of that. I encourage you to go to SiouxOnline.com to visit what Josie Fegan has recently posted with regards to this. We look forward to that day tomorrow and honoring those victims.
Yes.
What else do we have for tomorrow? Oh, today is also International Firefighters Day. And as you know, Dan Gray, who does a great job of taking some photos and videos of our local firefighters, we're going to be honoring the firefighters before we throw the commercial as well. All right, baby, COVID number me.
All right, so
provincially.
Well, I always start local. In case you missed it this morning, we had a tiny Band-Aid. Algoma Public Health reporting 2 new cases of COVID-19 overnight, both from Sault Ste. Marie and area. And additionally, there were 2 more cases that screened positive for variants of concern. So the usual message goes along with that if you are considered to have been a close contact of any of these 2 new cases, you will be contacted directly by Algoma Public Health. If you have not been contacted, you are not considered to have been a close contact. So cases 337 and 338 are reported to be self-isolating. Cause of exposure is listed as close contact. 337 tested on May 2nd, 338 tested on May 3rd, which brings our local numbers to 132,919 tests have been administered locally, out of which we have confirmed 338 cases. 35 of those are still considered to be active, with 2 of those being non-Algoma residents. 3 people currently in hospital. 1 person of those 3 is listed as a non-Algoma resident. We have resolved 305 cases, and we have 57 cases that have screened positive for the variants of concern. Now, provincially, Ontario is reporting 2,791 new COVID-19 cases and 25 additional deaths on Tuesday. It is worth noting that this is the smallest daily increase of new cases since April 1st, and the first time that the province has reported fewer than 3,000 cases since April 5th. So the test positivity rate is 9.1%, which is down from 9.7% a day ago.
That's good.
And the province, it's absolutely good. The province reported a record test positivity rate of 10.9 a week ago yesterday. So
cool.
Yeah, trending in a good direction. Hotspots. 931 new cases in Toronto.
Sorry, yesterday we were the hotspots.
653 cases in Peel, 275 cases in the York region. In the York region, 147 in Durham and 128 in Hamilton. So,
okay. Yeah. It's crazy to me that we have in the Algoma region have had 300 and some odd people for the entire outbreak or pandemic. And that's the numbers that cities are posting in a day.
Okay.
Just to compare how well we're doing here in the region.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk a little logistical nightmare stuff. If you have received your AstraZeneca first shot of your vaccine, there are now concerns as to when or if you are going to be able to receive your second vaccine shot within the allotted time frame. So now they're looking into mixing up your vaccines. They're with the eye roll. What they're looking into is how Moderna and how Pfizer can play a role into your second vaccine shot. I don't think they know what they're doing. I just can't even. It's crap. It's so weird. Anyway, so because there are lack of the AstraZeneca vaccines, and we did receive a boatload of the Pfizer, they're looking into that. Now, the other logistical nightmare they have is anyone who received the AstraZeneca vaccine, they have to then be contacted by the pharmacy, not if you do it through the government site. If you've got your first shot through AstraZeneca through the pharmacist now has to go into each folder, literally like, oh, Heidi, did you receive this? Okay, when did Heidi receive this? Let's call her and make sure she's in that allotted time period. There's millions of these patients. Now, tell me that someone's not going to fall through the cracks on that. Give me a break.
I was going to say
that's crap if they think that they are not going to.
Not to mention, if they're looking at mixing vaccinations in this moment, when, although they are rare, there are still some instances of adverse reactions. So if you mix two in one body, who does if there is a reaction, which vaccination would it roll up on?
Absolutely.
I guess that's part of the logistical nightmare. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So in addition to this AstraZeneca nightmare, these pharmacists who are having to take the time to go through I'm sure it's not the pharmacists themselves, but maybe it is, I don't know. They're going through, okay, John Smith, let's see. Would you like to book your second one? The problem with that is you don't know if you're staying if everyone's getting contacted on time. It is a logistical nightmare, whereas if you book through the provincial site, or if you have the Pfizer, you can book your first and second shots. As soon as you book your first, you're booking your second.
Oh, wow.
Right? So it's taken care of. Craziness. So that brings me to Ontario may shorten their intervals between the vaccine doses as more supply is expected. Another plot twist. Ontario might shorten the supply. The province might shorten the time period. The province expects to receive weekly Pfizer vaccine shipments of more than 785,000 doses in May and more than 938,000 doses next month. That's the Pfizer. So Pfizer, wiser. Health Minister Christine Elliott says the additional supply might allow the province to shorten the 4-month interval between the first and second shots. Elliott says people will be contacted to arrange a new time for their second appointment if this happens.
Okay.
And with that, I think we're going to go throw to Craig, get the weather done, and then we can come back and finish up this afternoon edition with Heidi and Colette. And he's just got there, so we're going to stall. This is called a stall period, and now he's there. We're going to Craig.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the rain and the drizzle has moved out of the area. We're just going to be stuck with some cloud now, just as we thought. Temperature's not bad right now at 7 degrees. We'll take a look at the radar just to show you what I'm talking about. We're going to do that pretty soon, I think. There we go. So this is the radar loop over the last couple of hours. You can see that shower activity just pulling out of our area right now. It wasn't much to begin with, but now it's moving out. We are going to be left with lots of cloud for our afternoon, but temperatures should hit around 9 degrees. We'll take a look at the rest of the day for you. The winds are going to be fairly light right now. That's why we're sticking with the clouds. There's no winds moving that cloud out. So that cloud is going to stick around. Temperatures should hit around 9 degrees. Later on this afternoon, winds are going to be light, not all that bad actually outside. We'll take a look now at the next 3 days. For Wednesday, temperatures hit 10 degrees. Same story for Thursday with a mix of sun and cloud. Friday is now a big question mark because something has happened. There's been an update, and I'm not even going to tell you what's been put into the forecast for Friday. I'll do that at 5 o'clock. Back to you guys.
Oh, geez, Craig, we're sitting at the edge of our seat with that one, buddy. What do you mean you're not going to tell us?
Something has happened.
Oh, something is awry. Something is unusual in the air.
It's like my favorite line from A Fish Called Wanda. If you haven't seen that movie, do yourself a favor. It's a brilliant film.
For sure.
But there's that one scene where she's trying to throw the Michael Palin character off, and he comes in, and she's got the phone to her ear, and she goes, "Ken, something just happened," and she slams down the phone. It's
YouTube it, if anything.
Well, it's hilarious. Anyway, okay. Yes, so we do have a statement that's been issued from the office of Premier Doug Ford. Okay, so the statement reads as follows. In the last 2 weeks, we have sent the federal government 3 urgent letters requesting immediate action on the borders. The Premier also appealed directly to the Prime Minister last Thursday. To date, we have received no formal response to our requests, and there has been no indication that any further action is coming to stop the importation of variants into Canada. Oh, that's strongly worded. Okay. Over the same 2-week period, over 150,000 people came into Canada through our land borders, and more than 65,000 through our airports. As well, 35 international and 23 domestic flights from outside Ontario landed at Toronto Pearson International Airport with COVID-positive passengers. Many of these planes carried multiple people infected with the virus and exposed an unknown number of other travelers arriving in Ontario. These cases and countless others could have been avoided had action been taken sooner. We are once again pleading with the federal government to impose stricter measures at our borders, including banning all non-essential travel, implementing pre-departure PCR testing for domestic flights, and closing the quarantine loophole at land border crossings. More must be done. We cannot sit back and watch the 4th wave of COVID-19 walk across our border.
No response, eh? 3 times?
Yeah.
Just
3 urgent letters, so, yep.
Not so urgent. Okay, we are going to go to a commercial. Before we do, just want to highlight the role of a firefighter in today's society, be it urban or rural, natural environment, volunteer, career, whatever it may be, is pivotal for any community. In the fire service, we do fight together against one common enemy, and that is fire. No matter what country they come from. So we just want to honor our firefighters today, as we should every day, and thank them for everything they do. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Where's Tommy?
I thought he was with you.
No.
Jack!
Tommy?
Oh.
Don't stop. Keep playing. Here we go. Here's the fun part.
Encouragement. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Fantastic. Hello, and welcome back to First Local Afternoons with Colette and Heidi.
Yeah.
And now I'm just kind of, mulling over what I would go forward with next, because Colette just said I can do whatever I want to, and she will follow.
I did not. I said, all you baby, I'll follow your lead.
That's not actually what she said at all. Just going to put that out there. So let's hit some city pride here. I want to take a moment to say that the city is proud of the PUC's leadership with the latest smart energy project. It is the first in North Canada community-wide smart grid project, and it is advancing in Sault Ste. Marie. Okay, so we are now set to host an advanced community-wide smart grid project, which will be the first in Canada. So the PUC, which is community owned, it's a local distribution company. It's received approval from the OEB, the Ontario Energy Board, to proceed with the project. It's a community-wide smart grid that will cover PUC Distribution's entire service territory, and it's expected to transform the entire distribution system.
Yeah.
And they'll be doing that through an integrated project implementing various technologies such as voltage/VAR optimization, distribution automation, and advanced metering infrastructure, thus creating a grid that is ready for future, along with meeting new and growing demand for reliable and high quality power.
That was well communicated.
That's right.
These chairs have got to go.
And I resisted Moira. She was trying to come out. It's expected to transform.
We need lube.
Oh, Alexis, oil your chair.
Alexis,
oil your
lube your
chair. You
chair.
can't be squeaking like a common mouse.
Okay, we're going to go over to Waking Up Ojibwe, Ontario Language Revitalization. I do apologize. I wanted to address this morning, but apparently 60 minutes wasn't enough for Heidi and Colette to get through everything. So here we are again. And I wanted to just talk. A couple years ago, my son came to me. He had the option to learn French. Well, I didn't know he had an option. Let's start from there. When we moved to Sault Ste. Marie, they have this option, which I feel should be an option to every school child throughout Ontario. Does not need to be just in the north. Are you okay? Are you stroking out on me over there?
I'm fine.
I'm getting worried.
No, there was it's the voices in my ear. You can tune them out. I cannot.
She's got voices
So I
in
had
her
to turn them down.
Okay, so Dante came to me 2 years ago and said, "Mom, I don't want to learn French anymore," and I lost my mind because I really feel like being bilingual you have an edge, and you should know all the official languages. But then he went on to say, "What I would like to do is learn Ojibwe," and I was really, really proud of him for that, for stepping up and wanting to do that. So of course I encouraged him to do that, and now the province is actually encouraging our school boards to do just that, which is excellent. So Josie has posted an article to our website, the Ojibwe Language Strategy in Ontario, called Anishinaabe Moda. It is revitalizing Anishinaabe language throughout Ontario. This program works for all ages, from preschool to post-secondary and beyond. Resources for this program include 52 books, 23 language kits, and most recently, 3 new apps that are accessible online. It's a dual approach to language revitalization through providing Indigenous language teachers and programming and materials. And I feel like if it's an opportunity for our children here in Northern Ontario, it should be an opportunity for our children all across the province.
Absolutely. Yeah, very important.
Yes. And I am sweating. It is hot in here. Is it the background that's...
How much time is left? He said 12 minutes.
Why don't you go to social media?
Well, I want to, for our part, we have a connection with the Huron Superior Catholic District School Board. And I want to take a moment to recognize that students and staff this week are celebrating Catholic Education Week.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So students and staff excited to celebrate Catholic Education Week, which runs from May 2nd through May 7th. And this year's theme is Nurturing Hope, and it seems appropriate considering what families and school communities have experienced so far this school year. We look to nurture hope in our students on a daily basis. This is a quote, of course, from their release. And know that with all that is happening on the health front around the world, that this goal is all the more relevant. And this is coming from Rose Burton, who is the Director of Education for the Huron Superior Catholic District School Board. Cool. Okay, so so we just wanted to take a moment to recognize that, and No,
it's very important.
Yes.
Sorry, you're right. I know you wanted to talk about the ship in Newfoundland as well, but she's giving me the...
Well, okay.
You don't have to.
I will.
I just know we were
talking
about it.
There is a ship. It's a cargo ship, a massive bulk cargo ship that has been anchored off the coast of Newfoundland and Labrador since last week. And provincial health officials, there it is, anchored off the coast. And provincial health officials say 13 people aboard this ship have now tested positive for COVID-19. So in a release on Monday, Newfoundland and Labrador's Department of Health said that all crew members have now been tested and one person is in fact in hospital. The ship and crew are following public health orders as directed by the Public Health Agency of Canada, the release said. There is no risk of community spread.
Good.
Yes.
Well, just on the heels of that, there are the group of Ontario police officers who are speaking out against the challenging the Constitution, the constitutional challenge against the province. So directly they are calling out the Premier on this. This group includes Toronto Police Services, York, Ottawa, Hamilton, Niagara, and RCMP. They're behind this civil action. It was filed with the Superior Court of Justice, and it's filed against the Premier himself. The group also wants the courts to declare that religious gatherings and protests are exempt from the pandemic rules as to date. The lawyer for the officers is Rocco Galacci, Executive Director of the Toronto-based Constitutional Rights Centre, who did not respond for comment when we reached out.
Okay. Well, yes, now...
Are you ready?
I'm going to pop
Thank you for putting on the AC. I was melting. I think it was the background.
I'm going to have to, okay, so I'm going to talk to some people on social media, and then I'm going to flip over into the void just in case anybody's dangling in there. So Bradley is watching. Hello, Bradley.
Hi, Bradley.
Again, you. All right. Jim says, greetings. Okay, well, back at you, Jim. I hope all is well with you this afternoon. So Debbie W says, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon, Debbie. You know, we're looking forward to the return of the sun, but apart from that, it's an okay afternoon. I'm not here to disparage the après-midi. There we go. Bradley vocalizes, afternoon, ladies, with 3 exclamation points and my favorite emoji. Good afternoon to you too, monsieur. Shirley BC from down the line, afternoon, Sue Online friends. May the 4th be with you, with this, you know, the open mouth smiley.
Nice.
Well, yes. May the 4th be with you. I love that when I point decisively and then just have to shift it over. I love that.
You're powering your energy.
That's right. I'm channeling it. That's right. It doesn't matter where I throw it.
We're there. You can't screw with these 2 chicks.
That's right. I'll just keep pointing until I get it right. Cindy is watching. Hello, Cindy. It's nice to see your name again. I wish that I could actually see your face, but obviously in this moment that's difficult.
We just see you're a red line. That's all you are.
That's right. So suffice to say, you can see me. I can't see you, but I see you. All right. Debbie W said that's a scary thought. That popped up after I was kind of ruminating about, you know, the potential for combining, like taking 2 different vaccinations, and what if there's a reaction and which one does it roll up to. It is a scary thought, but again, it's only my thought. I am not a medical expert, so.
Well, I find it scary because I do have a severe allergy and I do have to carry on an EpiPen, so depending on which one I'm receiving, I can't receive one. So what if I can't receive the one with the severe allergies? You know what I mean? So,
no,
look, Dante's calling me.
I know we can, do we have to go to a commercial?
No, it's probably he just doesn't want to attend his afternoon classes.
Stephanie, not only from high school, but also from public school in Bruce Mines. Hello.
Bruce Mines party.
Yeah, well, hey, Bruce Mines had it going on.
I'm sorry, it just makes me.
Yeah, well, that's the only place I wanted to get here.
You went to school in Toronto, so you've lived the big city life. You know why I find it a little humorous. It's a little funny too.
Yeah, I lived in Toronto for 14 years. I had a great time too. Oh, yeah. I'm going to start importing some of my Toronto peeps. I'll get them to start watching.
You should.
Yeah. Well, no, they might have pictures, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure we're going to go there. Tamarack is watching.
Hi, Tamarack.
Tamarack and I lived together for a time in Toronto, and that was probably the best apartment on the planet. No, like we had like a huge. It was once 2 apartments that got put into one on the top of an old Victorian house, right at Jarvis and Wellesley, across from the Keg Mansion.
And I worked at Jarvis and Wellesley. We should probably talk about this off the camera.
Fantastic.
Whatever.
What?
We should probably.
Yeah, okay.
We should probably reminisce off.
Yeah, all right. Debbie Lynn is watching from high school. Hello, Debbie Lynn. Laura is watching also from high school, and I've already said Tamarack was watching. Okay, do a little dance while I just pop over to the other side.
I'm going to do a little dance.
See if anybody is flailing in the void.
Do a little dance, make a little love, and I might just get down tonight.
And some people were.
Yeah, there you go.
So there we go. So Enika, afternoon, everyone. Ooh, she's got a cheeseburger.
Oh,
and
nice
fries.
One,
ooh, and a taco and 2 beers. Enika, how soon can I get there? Am I right? Like, you've got just about everything that I consider to be good in the world. You've got the fries, you've got the burger, you've got beer, tacos. Well. All right. Marilyn, good afternoon, everyone. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day. She's hugging us. The kitty cat has the hearts, the mask, and some, 3 Gerbera daisies. Okay.
Nice.
So that's all I have to say about social media.
Okay, I'm going to talk a little about catching the taste. You know where I'm going with this one? Catch the taste. Speaking of Toronto, Mr. Alomar has he has not resigned. He resigned from the Hall of Fame. funny how that happens when he was just allegedly caught doing what he did wrong, but might to some prove to be guilty when you've already resigned. What do you think? We can have our opinion. It's an opinion piece. This is the opinion piece part of the show.
I think that sometimes those kind of measures can be proactive in anticipation of fallout. My opinion is that sometimes, the allegation is enough to take somebody down. I have no knowledge of the specific incident.
Right.
Nothing has been shared.
You are not on the hot seat. You're not in court, I promise you. To me, my opinion is...
My lawyer has asked me to move on to the next question.
Okay, to me, it's like, if I knew I was innocent of something, I'd stand by that. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, the Hall of Fame said in a statement Monday that the board accepted Alamar's letter of resignation from the Hall of Fame. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2011. And they still have his plaque on display there. The Blue Jays have severed ties with Alamar.
Yep.
So pretty extreme. Anyways, the commissioner, Rob Manfred, announced Friday that Alamar had been terminated from his consultant position and placed in the league's blacklist. Let's just call it.
Yeah, they've taken down the flag that commemorates his retired number. He's no longer, listed on the lists of people who were excellent.
Well, he wanted to catch the taste. Now he's catching what happens when you do that.
Yeah, he's catching the consequences.
Catching the consequences. You make a decision, you have to suffer those consequences. Whether he did or not, we don't know. Allegedly.
I just wanted to give the update on the Orange service because we were talking about the ongoing labor disputes, and they just wanted to. I just wanted to put out there that the air service, the air ambulance service, says that it's still committed to serving patients without disruption as labor strife with its paramedics continues. Unifor, which is the union representing Orange workers, says the paramedics voted overwhelmingly in favor of strike action if necessary in a vote that was tabulated on Friday. They've taken issue with the provincial law that came into effect in 2019 and provides a cap to public sector wage increases to 1% a year. So the spokesperson says that they're confident a resolution can be reached, but the service won't comment further out of respect for the ongoing negotiations.
And just to remind you, there's nothing that rhymes with orange.
But that's not true. You found it this morning.
Yeah, but nobody backed me up on that, and I wouldn't take my word at all. It was Google. Sporange? What is a sporange? Anyway, see you later. Have a good evening. Tomorrow's hump day. Uh-oh.